Hi everyone, welcome to this month's Marriage Talk, where we are going to talk about setting goals together as a couple. I'm Amberly, and here to prioritize marriage, it is my goal to provide you with the resources and tips that you need to make your marriage a priority no matter what your current stage or situation of life is. Today I want to talk about setting goals for your marriage in the new year, why it's important, how to set smarter goals, and how to set goals that you will actually achieve rather than failing 3 weeks into the year like the stereotypical New Year's goal. I've heard from quite a few people that they've never sat down together or thought about sitting down together as a couple to set goals. Other couples have told me they've set goals and they aren't able to find a way to accomplish those things together. If either of these situations sounds familiar to you, or if you're just trying to find a way to make the goals that you're setting better and more attainable, you'll definitely want to stick around for this video. Setting goals together has a few benefits for your marriage. It gives you something to work toward and achieve together. It makes sure that you're on the same page as far as expectations and where you see your family in the future, and having shared goals will help you grow together as you journey through life. The other benefit is if you set individual goals and you sit down and talk about them together, you now have an accountability partner and someone to help you achieve those goals, and you can work towards your individual goals together as well. You'll be more likely to achieve those. Let's talk about SMART goals for a minute. Setting SMART goals will help you set goals that you are more likely to achieve and less likely to give up on. You might have a goal to buy your dream house together by the end of the year. Just writing that goal down on paper and putting it on the fridge where you can look at it every day is not going to get you anywhere. You need an action plan, you need steps, and you need to know what you need to do to achieve that goal. So you set a SMART goal. SMART is an acronym. It stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-based. Let's walk through the process of setting a SMART goal and discuss each step along the way. For this example, let's say that our goal is to make date night more of a priority in the coming year. The first step is to be specific. The first question that you might want to ask yourself is, why is this goal important to me, and what does it mean to me to make date night more of a priority? What does date night even look like to you? Is date night a kid-free night out on the town where you hire a babysitter? Is date night where you stay at home and do something together after the kids are in bed? What does date night look like for your marriage? That is for you to determine. For this example, we are going to say that date night is kid-free time out on the town, away from adult responsibilities. We're not going to run errands. It's going to be fun time together as a couple, electronic-free, with the exception of if the babysitter texts you, of course. Second is measurable. What are you going to do to measure your success with this goal? What does dating each other look like to you? Is it once a week? Is it once a month? Are you just looking to change up your routine so you're not doing dinner and a movie every single week? Maybe it's every other week, and in between you do something fun. For this example, let's say that we're not consistent with date night. We go on a date night 3 weeks in a row, and then we skip it for a month, and then after we go on another one, we don't do date night again for 6 months. So let's set a goal to make date night happen once every month during the year. Third is attainable. Ask yourself why date night is such a struggle for you. Is the goal that you're setting only going to irritate that problem and even more? Are you setting something that you know that you can actually achieve? Are there people around to watch your kids? Are you able to fit date night into the budget? Are you able to put it on your calendar? Is your work schedule, can you accommodate that with your work schedule? Find those little pain points and address them. For this example, let's say that we've just let life take over and we forgot about going on date night altogether. We have room in our budget, we've got friends who are willing to babysit, swap for us as long as we do the same for them. We have family around who are willing to babysit our kids for free, or we have a babysitter around the corner and we have money in our budget for that. So we are just going to set our goal to do once a month, and we know that's attainable. All those other things are taken care of. Fourth is realistic. These questions are similar to the attainable questions, but let's do a little over the top example. When we say we're going to make date night more of a priority, are we saying once a month? Or are we going to be the crazy people who say that we're going to go on date night once every single day? Because we want to make each other more of a priority, and we're going to do that by dating each other every single day. You can still date each other every single day, but maybe a date night every single day is not realistic. So, like we talked about in the last step, one date night a month is realistic for our schedules and our budgets. It also won't be too much for us to go from not having a date night for 6 months to doing it once a month. Consistent for us right now does not have to be every week or every day. It just needs to be consistent and planned and more of a priority than it has been in the past to say that we've achieved our goal. The last thing, the fifth thing, is time-based. What is your time frame for making this happen? When we set the specifics of our goal earlier on in our process, we said we were going to go on one date night a month. Let's break that down a little more and say that we're going to have one date night every single calendar month of the year. Sure, we still may go 5 or 6 weeks between having a date night, but we know that we can go on one every calendar month. So if we go on one at the beginning of January and then one at the end of February, we can still say we have achieved our goals and feel good about it. Okay, let's put our whole goal together now. This year we want to make date night more of a priority in our marriage. We define date night as quality time away from the kids when we focus on fun with each other and set aside adult responsibilities. We will be more consistent with our date nights by scheduling and going on a date night every calendar month of the year. Another thing that I wanted to bring up is that you might want to break your goals down into smaller goals. For this particular date night goal, we may need to create some smaller bullet point goals, if you will, that are going to help us get there. Things like sitting down every single month and putting date night on the calendar and making sure it works for both of our schedules. Things like calling a babysitter, making sure we have someone to watch our kids or those friends to swap with. Adding date night into our budget and making sure that we have the money on hand to go on date night. All those little things that could keep you from going on date night, make sure those are all taken care of with little goals that you've set that have to be dealt with weekly, monthly, daily, whatever you need to do to make that goal happen. Make those smaller goals to go along with your goal. My final tip for you when setting goals is to revisit them often. Where we have a goal set to go on date night once a month, we are going to sit down at the end of every single month and say, did we make date night happen? Did date night follow our definition of date night? What went wrong? What needs to be changed next month? Did somebody forget to call a babysitter? Oh yeah, let's make a goal for that next month. Maybe we've decided that once a month is really easy and we'd actually like to go on 2 dates a month, but our budget doesn't completely allow for that, so we're going to have to get creative with either date nights at home or taking advantage of free activities in the area. And then making our date night budget go a little further by doing something cheaper for the first or second date, whichever one is for you at home, and using that extra money to pay for a sitter for that second date away from home. Whatever you need to do to adjust your date, whether it's saying, hey, this isn't working for us, date night every single week, it's a little bit overwhelming after we haven't gone on dates for 6 months, let's switch to every other week or a month until we get more in the habit. Or if it's saying, hey, this is really working, let's do it more. You have to tailor your goal to fit your specific needs and your specific situation in life. I'm not going to go out and set a goal to run 2 marathons a year like my friend over here who is running 2 marathons in this next year, because she trains every single day, she runs every single day, she runs outside whether it's snowing, raining, or really hot, and I don't run. I may set a goal to run a 5K by the end of the year because I admire that she runs a marathon and that she runs every day, and I want to be more consistent and I want to do something similar, but I'm going to do something that I know I can do with my own abilities. The same is true for your goals. If you have a couple that you aspire to be more like, that's awesome. I think it's great. I think it's great to have a couple who's like a mentor couple or someone you look up to in your marriage, but you have to be realistic. You cannot look at the couples who have gone on date night every single week for the last 20 years of their marriage, and it's so much a habit to them that it's just like getting up and eating breakfast in the morning. It just happens. You have to look at what they're doing, say, I really like that, and I want to apply it to my marriage, and find a way to make it fit you. And maybe in 20 years, you will be that couple, and you will be going on date night every single week, and it will be just like a habit and come to you as easy as getting dressed in the morning. But right now, going every single week may be a little bit overwhelming, especially if it's not something that you're used to. I hope that this video has inspired you to sit down and set more goals together and use the SMART goal formula to set goals that will be achievable and that you will look forward to doing and not want to give up on 2 weeks into the year. After you set your goals, I'd love to hear what they are. If you feel comfortable sharing, leave them in the comments below. And if you like this video, hit subscribe. I will be back at least monthly with another marriage talk. Plus, I will bring you along on a few date nights as well as sharing a few tutorials. Happy goal setting, and I'll talk to you next time.